Stop making bad griddle nachos. Let's do it this way instead. First things first, let's knock out a quick pico. I love fresh pico on some nachos. And we're gonna add a little salt, give it a little mixy mix, set that in the refrigerator, let us do its job while we get everything else prepped. The whole idea about this video is how to make better nachos, okay? This is no knock to the people that do this. I just know exactly how they're going to turn out before I even see the end product. I know people are like really anxious to do this, but I hopefully can shed a light on how to make better nachos. So this is what we see typically. They can put aluminum foil down on the griddle, or they'll just put chips all over the griddle. Mound it up. Typically they have it like a shredded packaged cheese. Then they close the lid. If we're being open and honest with each other, I don't think that's a great way to do it. First of all, this cheese melted once it cools down, just kind of like, it just doesn't work, right? So I'm gonna kind of like imitate what we see. So let's just throw some chips down. Like I said, this is not a knock if you've done it. I hope you guys understand that. All right, so you got your chips there, right? And then you see people go like this, which is fine. And then they dome it. I'm gonna throw this in the oven just for a second to show you. Obviously this is hot as sin, but this is typically what we would see, right? This is the same effect of just putting a lid on it and doming it. And what happens is, the cheese right now is not bad, but when it cools down, you guys know what happens. The cheese sticks together and then the whole thing comes off at one, right? Looks good now, but it's too hot to eat. So we'll let it cool down, I'll show you. There is absolutely nothing wrong with your pre-packaged cheese. If you want to grate your own, grate your own. You'll probably actually have more success grating your own cheese, okay? Because this has like little powders in there to stop it from sticking. Don't knock your canned cheeses. Knock me all you want to. I'm a big boy. I can handle it. I love it. We've used this on several videos. It's my go-to. And also like your Mexican style queso, right? They're white kind. You can use those as well. The reason why this is important is this cheese needs like a little moisture. When you create like a cheese sauce traditionally, obviously you're gonna start off with the roux, flour, butter, add a little milk, add your cheese, and that's how you have your cheese sauce. So as this cools down, this is what I'm talking about, right? The cheese just gets all kind of gloopy. The cheese hardens up, and it's not near as appetizing as it is when it's hot, right? So we're gonna try to fix that. Woo, hot, 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 hot. And how to fix that is the cheese needs a little bit of moisture. So I'm gonna show you a cool little trick that we learned by accident when we did our cheese quesadilla nachos. Turned out really well, and I've been wanting to do this video ever since. So hopefully you guys can have a better experience on the griddle. Note, the type of tortilla chips matter as well. We actually believe in making your homemade tortilla chips. Take corn, white corn or yellow corn tortillas, and deep fry them yourself. A little bit thicker, have a little bit more girth, a little bit more sturdiness to them. One of those chips caught me in the back of the throat. If you start off with like a, what would be a brand would be called? Like Salsaritas, like Chili's restaurant, how their tortilla chips are super thin. You're already starting off on the wrong foot. The weight of the nachos can't support it, and then your chips break and all that stuff. And nobody wants that. You want like sturdy style fried chips. After all that being said, enough talk. Let's talk about it. What'd you say? Let's talk more action. Don't talk about it, be about it. We got our griddle on. We got like a medium because remember we're gonna be doing that ground beef on here as well. I want a little char, a little Maillard direction on that ground beef. So while the griddle's heating up, I'm just gonna take this cheese sauce and heat this up as well. Like I said, we like this. You guys can pick out whichever one you want to.
This is kind of like the cheese sauce that you get at nachos in like a football game or something.
Yeah, that's why I like it. Man, I'm telling you what, this with some jalapenos, pickled jalapenos. 80-20 ground beef, because obviously fat is flavor. Way too much ground beef for this recipe, but I love taco meat, so anytime I can just cook a little bit more, I will. So on the griddle it goes. Leave it alone. Let that Maillard reaction happen because that is a ton of flavor. Don't just start mixing it around. A good medium heat on this Traeger. If you do this, you just gotta make sure you're careful. This handle will get hot. I'm telling you, it's gonna get hot. I'm guessing about 5 minutes later, 3 to 5 minutes, just depending on how hot your grill is. This is what I'm looking for. You see that color right there? That deep Maillard reaction? That's what I'm talking about. That is flavor. A comment came to my feed the other day, and somebody was obviously upset that they thought that putting ground beef on the griddle was the worst idea ever because you can't drain the ground beef, so it's just swimming in the grease. You see here, the grease is running downhill. Just take the grease off with the ground beef, lift it up, let it drain a little bit, set it to the side. Different method, same result. Once you got your ground beef moved off, just want to give it a good scrape because all that fond, get that grease off of there right in your grease chute. Griddle's been turned down to low. There's no reason to keep it up on that medium temperature. You've already got that browning on the ground beef, and that's what you're trying to get off of there, that yucky stuff. Next step, you just gotta season your ground beef however you like. Love my old El Paso. Come back in there, that little fiesta that. Woo! Give it a little zing, 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 zing. Add a little water. All right, so this is what we learned. Now you can do this all in one batch, but I like to do it to get a little bit more cheese. The griddle's completely off right now. Plenty of residual heat, kind of get it in 3 sections. Okay. Pick the choice of the cheese you want, whatever cheese you want. Like I said, you probably want to grate your own if you really want to get technical, but just goes to show that you can do things multiple ways, right? And what happens is all that moisture comes through there, which is what this cheese needs. And you just kind of melt it this way. Instead of on the chip, you're going to melt it on the beef. If you have domes, you can definitely use your dome. Most people still have their lid on their griddle. And this is where I'd advise you to close the lid because your griddle's completely off. And you can just kind of like quickly melt this cheese. Not a problem at all. Plenty of residual heat from the griddle. I'm just going to get that excess grease up. Kind of spread them around. You guys know the drill. You've already seen the secret. Now it's just a process of building. Got that cheese sauce. This just helps keep it moist as well. Now this is a portion of 1, so depending on how big of a griddle you have. Well, I'm looking forward to this.
I know, me too, I gotta be honest.
Now let me show you. Oh yeah, see that melted cheese? That's what we're talking about. That's when you can go like this. Now you tell me. I just think that little bit of fat left over in the beef, a little bit of the moisture, helps keep that cheese nice and soft. Plus you got that bed of moistness underneath. I know it sounds crazy, but it does work. Just by doing one simple step. Since I'm eating more protein lately, I just gotta have more chips. You don't need to, but everybody likes to eat with their eyes. You could definitely just top it just a hair. I wouldn't go too much with it. A little bit more cheese. That will settle in and kind of like melt as well. Now you have 2 ways to do this. You can actually serve this right now and transfer it to like a plate and have the people come through and top it themselves. Or you can top everything right on the griddle. It's not gonna matter. I would actually prefer having them on the plate and then topping it myself. But if you're serving everybody at once, it won't matter. Somebody might not like something that you put on there or something like that. Obviously, when you're working with sour cream and stuff, you got to hurry up. My favorites. I don't know if you noticed in the video, but I took the seeds out of the tomatoes. It keeps it a little drier. When I'm not doing nachos and stuff, I actually like the seeds in there, but a little guac. Come back in and hit it with a little taco sauce, because I love my taco sauce. We'll go the other way. And I don't know about you, but it's hard for me to have nachos without pickled jalapenos. Fresh would work. I love them. Just like that. There you go. Hopefully, the idea is understood. Creates a better nacho. You don't have to worry about that stuff drying out. And these are fantastic. Like I said, you can serve them just like this, which is what we're going to do right now. Let me show you. Take these jokers just like this. You could layer them if you wanted to. Kind of like trash can style. See if I can do this a little bit better. There we go. Looky there. Now that's a plate of nachos. Look at that thing right there. Look at that. Look at that right there. Now you know that's going to be hit with some more sour cream. Now, if you think for 1 second, I'm going to look in the camera and say, oh, we could have done this, that, or this, or this.
It's going to be
or it's
perfect.
not good or whatever. No, this is right down my alley. Still crunchy. Still crunchy. The chips matter. Look at that thing. Look how greasy that chip is right there. That's seasoning. One more bite. I guess you want a bite? Mm-hmm. I guess you're going to tell me, look at how stringy that cheese is. It's still hot. It's taking 45 minutes to take a dang thumbnail. I'm getting lucky. All right. I hope that helps. I hope that really helps. Sometimes I see that and I have that struggle face. I look at it, I'm like, oh, I know I didn't think it was going to turn out in a couple minutes, right? The moisture is the key. Have fun with it. But I do think this is a better way to do it. There's a join button down below. It's a membership program. We thank each and every one of you for taking time for doing so. Check us out on Instagram. Check us out on Facebook. Last but not least, thanks for watching. Don't forget to press that subscribe button. Pound the notification button. Share with your friends. So I'm going to let you have this. And then I get that.